Here I'm going to be proving this trig identity by making each of these sides match. I'm actually going to go ahead and simplify the right side here because this one looks a little bit more complicated. And so for me, I like to try and simplify it as much as possible. So on this one here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change these into their reciprocal functions or their fraction form, right? So I end up getting 1 over sine of x minus cosine x over sine x. And from here, I can actually simplify this here by subtracting the two. So I get 1 over 1 minus cosine x over sine x. Now I have 1 divided by all this, so I'm really going to be multiplying by the reciprocal here, sine x over 1 minus cosine x. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky on this one, is this doesn't allow us to change anything. I mean, we could change sine into 1 over a cosecant, but those things don't really help us simplify to get to eventually what we're looking for is cosecant plus cotangent. So what the challenging part about this is that we need to multiply by the conjugate of 1 minus cosine x. Now this is tricky to see, but once we see that we should do this, we'll kind of see why we do it. Because when we multiply these two together, when we multiply conjugates, they get us our difference of squares here. So our denominator now looks like this. So we got sine x times 1 plus cosine x on the top. And on the bottom, we just have 1 minus cosine x. Sorry, 1 minus cosine squared x. Now this we can use our Pythagorean trig identity and replace that with sine. So what we end up getting here is sine of x times 1 plus cosine x over sine squared x because of our Pythagorean trig identity. Then kind of our last step here is we got 2 sines on the bottom and 1 sine on the top. So we end up getting to 1 plus cosine of x over just a single sine of x. I'm running out of space here, so I'm going to move into the right a little bit. I break this up into 2, so I get 1 over sine of x plus cosine over sine. And then these become cosecant x plus cotangent x. And this was what we were originally trying to get to up here. So now that I've officially, after all this work, made the right side match the left side and proved our trig identity.